Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing the Affirmation Creativity deck. It's 50 affirmation cards, and on the back, it says, it's been proven that making positive statements out loud can radically improve your outlook and creative output. We're not ones to argue with science, so we're giving it a shot. 40 cards. Okay. 40 cards offer daily affirmations without the self-helpiness to supercharge your artistic spirit and give you the dose of inspo you've been waiting on oh so patiently. Plus 10 bonus cards to unstick whatever needs unsticking. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute. It says 50. What's with the 40? Okay. So that's what you get. For those who want to know about the box, this is the back. This is the actual box. It's a slide up and out type of box. It is good quality, that is for sure. It's not going to, if you throw it in a bag or something like that, your cards won't get banged up. They'll definitely be well protected. And of course, as with most of the cards I show, you can get these on Amazon. This is what the back of the cards look like. They're pretty average on the size scale. They're matte finish and fairly easy to shuffle. What I don't like, very, very flimsy. I almost would expect this kind of quality if this was a ripoff from like AliExpress or, you know, one of those places that kind of have the knockoff version. I'm really surprised because I have other decks by this company, this brand, and they're usually really good. So I'm shocked at how bendy these cards are, which I don't love. As you can see, I just did that a couple times, and now there's already a bend in the card, and I just got these cards, so not loving that. It makes it a little less fun to shuffle. I don't like that when I get to that last card, it's just bending like that. For me, the cards, For me, the cards are still worth having because I really enjoy the messages on them. But the quality is definitely disappointing. So these are the ones I'll review. So we have, there is no guidebook. It says plenty on the cards. A guidebook, I think, would be overkill. We have morning ideas. When an idea comes to me, I honor it by doing my best to bring it to being. Ideas are like children, and I proudly nurture them, knowing they'll grow and develop and eventually make their way out into the world without ever really acknowledging how much time, money, and love I shelled out for them. Hey, whose idea was it to have these ideas anyway? A little bit of humor in there, which I like. So the artwork you're going to get is pretty simple. You'll see a little bit at the top of the card. I suppose I'll review those as well. Is this all upside down? Conviction. My convictions are solid and I believe in my vision. No matter how far-fetched or dreamy it might seem, I choose to roll with my good friend, shameless self-expression. Ooh. Oh, I like that. That is so cool. I'm always talking about self-expression. That's a huge part of why I teach dance and do self-portraits and things like that. Remember, these cards are specifically to do with creative pursuits or creativity in general. My convictions are solid. Okay. There's no need to water down my ideas or compromise who I am in order to be seen, heard, or loved by others. So let's crank up the authenticity and get this me and my original ideas party started. So not really much artwork there, but the message is great. Criticism. I remind myself there's nothing in the world that everyone likes. If someone doesn't get my work, that's okay. There are also people in the world who don't like pizza, but does that mean pizza is bad? Nope. It means those people are wrong or robots, and it's actually all good because more pizza for us. Mashvika. So that's the artwork. Curiosity. Actual school may have taught me that studying is kind of boring, but the school of life proves that playful as heck exploration, plus around every corner inspiration abound. So today I'll brush away any been there, done that dust from my eyes and brighten them with a fresh and glossy coat of curiosity. Excelsior, which if you are into like Stan Lee stuff, you'll know. Showing up. I promise to show up every day, if only for 5 minutes, and try. When I clear 5 minutes and pick up my pencil, paintbrush, whatever it may be, I'm showing and telling myself that my creative spirit matters. I'm sitting down with an open ear and whispering to inspiration, hey friend, what's up? Anything you want to say to me today? So sometimes we only have 5 minutes. Like today, I've got time. As one of my favorite people on YouTube, Lovely T 2002, as she sometimes puts in her videos when they're going to be a little long. Today I got time, cuz today I got time. So I am definitely using more than 5 minutes today to enjoy myself and indulge in this. But sometimes we only have 5 minutes. I encourage people when we talk about dance and they say how busy they are to just take 5 minutes to just move around. Put on 1 or 2 songs. That is all you have to do. And move around. Just for 1 or 2 songs. And it really will help wake up your body, get the circulation going, get the endorphins going, loosen you up a little bit, interject a little bit of fun in what could otherwise be a pretty mundane day, even if while you're brewing your coffee or, waiting for the last few minutes on the dryer, just whatever you can find. You're not always going to have a full day free or full weekend free. There may be a lot of things that have to get done in these small pockets of time for them to get done at all. Sometimes it's hard. I accept that the creative process is not always easy. I know art doesn't magically rain down from the sky while artists lay around on beanbag chairs and muse about music. Making something from nothing is sometimes very hard, and that's okay. I'm happy to roll up my sleeves and slog through the hard parts, knowing it'd be a whole lot harder to live an uncreative life. And if you are interested in creativity and these cards are kind of talking to you, you would probably also love the book called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, which I am constantly recommending to people. I believe you can get it for $20 or something like that on Amazon. And I'm sure if you find it used, even cheaper, but I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you take a look at that book. Nothing is wasted. No experience is ever wasted, even if what I'm working on turns out to be a total dumpster fire. When I spend time on a project, it's always good practice. Plus, it makes me better at making whatever that thing is. And if what I was trying to make was a dumpster fire, then I'm already 5 steps ahead of the game. So just a little bit of humor. But exactly, I have put a lot of time and energy sometimes into projects, creative and otherwise, only for them to not work out or not work out the way that I had wanted them to. That doesn't mean that they were a total waste of my time, because I still learned something in the process of pursuing. I actually like that. I think I will write that down. But yes, I mean, if you try something, it doesn't necessarily work. Write about the process of pursuing. It doesn't have to always be about the end goal. It can be about what you learn and develop along the way in the process. Don't mind me. I'm just taking a little note for myself for later. But yeah, sometimes we get so caught up in the goal, the end goal, that if we don't get that end goal the way that we want it, we just totally discount the entire experience, even though that experience could have very well taught us something or helped us progress in some beneficial way. Observation, I observe the vast and dynamic world around me and funnel everything I see into my filing cabinet of most exceptional visionary potential. This is the raw material my brain will sneakily and ingeniously use to fashion its next surprising out of the blue. What a relief it is to know that nothing ever needs to be invented. It's already walking around the world, just waiting to be presented. Rebellion. Oh, love this little artwork here. That is so cute, and I just love it. I high-five my inner rebel and invite them out to wreak some healthy, law-abiding havoc. My inner rebel has a way of turning things inside out and making them way more interesting. We're talking coloring outside the lines, modifying a recipe, wearing stripes with plaid, mic drop. I love this deck. Even though it's a little flimsy, it's worth it. Yoo-hoo! If you've drawn this card, your muses are gently and sweetly screaming at you to put down whatever it is you're working on. That's right. It's okay to set it down slowly and back away. And get yourself out for a stroll. This is talking to me because the last few days, all I've done is review videos or teach dance online. And I've barely walked out the door to get some fresh air. Wandering legs produce a wandering mind. Oh, so true. Which is, as it turns out, can actually be great for wandering out of whatever mental mud you're stuck in. So put on your jauntiest cap and jauntily jaunt the heck out of here. Could be that the tiny creative spark you've been missing has been hiding out on the other side of your wall of bulletin boards. Awesomeness. I am capital A awesome, and I refuse to pay attention to anything that makes me feel otherwise. Instead, I congratulate myself for every victory, accomplishment, teeny tiny step in the right direction, because even the smallest positive action, like reading an affirmation, is evidence that I care about keeping my sweet creative juju juiced up. And isn't that just awesome? Only for me. I playfully, joyfully, and make things that are only for me to see. And remember, you don't need an audience to enjoy making stuff. Is there an audience that'll watch me listen to my favorite song? No. Do I need to show people what a nap looks like in order to love taking a nap? Double no. So 3 cheers for doing the thing which makes me 3 times more cheerful than not doing it at all. And I can totally get that, because for myself, I did also get caught up in with dance. When I first started, it was really about myself and just my own enjoyment. And then more and more and more, I started to feel the pressure to create content for online, to have followers, to keep up the content, to make them happy. I found myself doing it less for me and more to keep up with creating content, because God knows, if you go a couple of weeks or a month and you just chill and don't do anything, you tend to lose followers, right? So it's something important to remember, that you can take photos just for yourself. You can create art just for yourself. You can dance and not show it to anyone else. It doesn't mean you can't if you want to. It just means you don't have to. I may not be full-blown, but I've got my own brand of bravery. I'm brave enough to show up and try. I'm brave enough to share stuff I make, even when I worry that other people's stuff is better. And I'm brave enough to stop anxiety scrolling, sorry, Instagram, even if that's my go-to habit, thanks, Instagram, because comparison bites. You hear me, Instagram? Bravery takes courage. So on the opposite hand of what we were just talking about, it's, you know, like I've already mentioned in videos, no matter what you do, what you look like, how you do it, how you don't do it, someone, somewhere, is going to have some shit to say about it. That's just reality. So if you want to put it out there, put it out there. Just put it out there knowing not everyone's going to get it. Not everyone's going to support it or care about it. Some people will flat out ignore it. Other people will criticize. But what would make you sadder at the end of your life? Would it be to say that you tried something and people didn't like it, they didn't get it, it wasn't as well received as you would have liked. Or to say that you didn't even try because you were afraid of, you know, not having the positive outcome. This is something I myself am, you know, working through. All right, I'm going to turn just a little bit down because that's, I think, enough. I keep an easy breezy open mind, knowing that inspiration often pops up in unlikely places. Rather than write off new experiences as not for me, I'll lean into them with all my might and dare people, places, and things to surprise me. If the surprise is welcome and or head spinning, it might just change my life, and if it's not, well, at least I'll get a good story out of it. Two more, and then I think I'm going to wrap this up. I put quality control on hiatus and welcome prolific quantity with untamed delight. Quality is cool at some parties, but not when it invites its friend paralyzing scrutiny. So for now, I'll let my ideas proliferate like grass, and rather than agonize over every tiny blade, I'll let the whole damn field spring up. Once we're having a picnic, no one's going to care about what those blades are up to anyway. Last one. I can too. Every single thing in the man-made world was once an idea in someone's mind. That chair, these shoes, those matching bedazzled Dolly Parton bathrobes. I was going to wear my bathrobe. It's right here. But I don't know if that'd be taking it too far as being comfortable on video, even though I am kind of wanting to put it on. Maybe for the next video, which is coming up right after this. Being surrounded by the physical manifestation of so many schemes and dreams, and it's just a jet fuel for my creative engine. If all these things got made, I can make whatever I want. Pass the bedazzler, please. So that is the review on these cards. I think by now you kind of have an idea of how they talk and if this resonates with you or not. Again, it's called Affirmations Creativity. It's by Knock Knock Say Something More. It comes with a card that tells you how to use the cards, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think. And it also comes with a card that shows you the other decks that they have, which I've got 1, 2, 3, at least I would say 4 of these. And I have some other ones as well. They're all great decks. I would recommend all of them, any of them. So that's about it. Thank you all, as always, for your time and for joining me for this review. I hope you found it helpful. And in the next video, just for anyone who's curious what's coming up after this one, I was going to review these next. I will get to these right after I do these. I had a special request come in for these cards to be reviewed. The karma cards. That's what I'll be doing in the next video. But right after this one, I promise I will be getting to these self-compassion cards. Okay, so until next time, take care and much love.